What if I told you saving $5,000 in 1 year does not have to be impossible? If you take some creative and doable strategies, not only is it possible, but you can save towards your money goals even on a low income. So in today's video, I thought it would be fun if we look at savings from a different approach and look at some different fun, practical, and doable strategies to help us reach our savings goals in the new year. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, go ahead and grab your planners, go ahead and grab your notebooks, grab your savings binders, and let's get into some fun, creative, doable strategies to help us reach our savings goals in the new year, starting right now. So before we jump into today's video, I just want to say thank you all for being here. I really do appreciate it. If it's your first time, thank you for joining us. And if you haven't hit that subscribe button, make sure you go ahead and hit it and the notification bell so you don't miss videos like this. We are continuing our budgeting series, and we're just looking at different ways to help us save more effectively and save more money into the new year. And one of the reasons why we can't get ahead or we can't save like we want to, because our mind gets in the way and it tells us that we can't do this, or this is impossible, or how are you going to do that? So today we're going to focus on different strategies that's going to help us not think negatively about our savings. In other words, to trick our mind into saving our money. All right, so with that in mind, the first step we're going to look at is we're going to look at a term called reverse engineering. Comment down below if you've heard of this strategy. What is reverse engineering? Reverse engineering is a term used to break down your goal into more manageable, tinier goals. So for example, instead of saying I want to save 5,000 in a year, what you're going to do is break that 5,000 into different manageable amounts. So $5,000 in a year is, this is a year, is $417 a month, which in turn is $96 a week, which leads to $14 a day. Now, when you look at the amount you want to save as it's $14 a day, see, that's very manageable, because think about what you spend money on every day that you could save this goal. Think about it. If you were to not spend that money at Starbucks every day to get that coffee, or Dunkin', or that money you spend out on lunch every day. Spend at least $10 to $12 on lunch every day. Or sometimes you get breakfast and lunch. See, this is a way more manageable way to approach that savings goal, to show that you can do it, as opposed to looking at, oh my God, how am I going to save $5,000 a year? Break whatever your money is that you want to save, break it down into tinier goals, and that will help you approach it a little bit differently. All right, another strategy we can try is let's match our savings to our spending habits. All right, now this is very simple and very doable. Again, all of these things are tricking your mind into different ways to strategize to save money. So when you're looking at matching your savings to your spending habits, what I mean by this is whatever you spend in a week, I want you to take a percentage of that total, and that's how much you put into your savings. So for example, say you spend $250 in a week. And this $250 could be on anything. It can include all of your weekly spending. Maybe it's your groceries, it's your gas, it's your, eating out. Whatever you spent that week, I want you to take 10% of that and put it into your savings, okay? And if you think about it, 10% of $250 in a week, that's $25. That's $25 that's going into your savings account that week. You know what this $25 adds up to? If you save $25 a week times 52 weeks, that equals $1,300 that you'll save in a year. So that's why we want to approach this differently. So now I want you to think about, as you track your spending every week, how much did you spend? Take a certain percentage. I'm going to say, let's start with 10%. And that 10% is what you're going to put into your savings. So again, this is just a different practical approach to help you look at how to save money based on how you spend money. All right, next, let's look at how we divide up our paychecks using the 50-30-20 rule. want you guys to comment down below. Have you ever used the 50-30-20 rule? Do you know what that is? Basically, what the 50-30-20 rule is, every paycheck, what you're going to do is divide it up by percentages. You're going to take 50%, and that's going to go towards your essentials. Okay, what's essentials? Your mortgage, your rent, your groceries, your utilities, all of those things that you have to pay for, all of those things that you need. Okay, 30% is going to go towards savings. Okay, so you are going to focus on your savings. This way, when you use this rule, it's prioritizing savings into your budget. Okay, most of the time we focus on our budgets and we wait to the end to see if we have enough to save. This is, you are going to put it into your budget at the very beginning. And 20% is for fun. Now, again, I know you guys are like, Chris, how am I going to do this? You want me to take 50% of my essentials and 20% for fun? Yes. But what do I mean by that? What I mean by that is this is a different strategy on how we save money. So what I want you to do is make an attempt, and I want you to take a look at what that looks like for you, okay? I want you to draw a chart or whatever that may mean for you, and I want you to see if it's doable. And this is what I mean. Most of the time, it's a money mindset. If you've already gotten in your mind, when I wrote this down, I can't do that. See, your mind has already thrown up that roadblock. This is what we have to do when it comes to our budget and saving. We got to look at different approaches. So I want you to take some time. I want you to look at this 50-30-20 rule. I want to see if it works for you. So your next time you get paid, just go ahead and just throw some numbers out there and see how it works. And let's start making sure we're taking those different strategies to help us save. All right, if you guys are enjoying these different approaches to saving money, make sure you hit that like button and comment down below so far. Have you used any of these approaches? I want to know in the comment section. Now, next, this is one that's not uncommon, and this is one of my favorite strategies to use because it really does help me. And this is using Roundup saving apps. One of the most popular and one of the most common is an investment app called Acorn, which I've used and I've been using for many years now. If you guys want to learn more about Acorn, or if you're interested in signing up, go ahead and scan my QR code here. If you sign up, you'll get points and I will get points. And it's such a great way to save money without even thinking about it. So what you do with the Roundup Savings app, every time you spend money, it's going to round up that change. So for instance, if you spend something and it's $1.52, it will round up the 48 cents into an investment account or to wherever you want it to go. And that's how simple it is. You don't have to do anything. It's going to automatically round it up into a different account for you. And it's so easy. Another way you can do it if you don't want to sign up for an app is do the 0 out challenge. The 0 out challenge is one of the best challenges. Now, you'll have to do this manually, or there may be different apps out there that may calculate this for you. I haven't looked into that. But what you do is at the end of the week, every time, whatever your balance is in your checking account, zero it out and move that extra money into your savings. It's just like the Roundup feature here. So if your checking account is at $152.25, say you want to round that out where it's just $120 and you move that $5.52 into your savings account. Such a fun way to approach it. You can do it daily, you can do it weekly, you can do it monthly. The difference is that is manual, but it is doable. And I will say if you use apps like the Acorn app, it does cost. I think I pay $5 a month for it. So something to look into, but definitely a different strategy where that money is already being moved and you don't have to think about it. Now, another creative, fun way for us to save is our favorite, and we all know what this is, and it is called Magic Months. Now, if you are not familiar with the term Magic Months, what this means is this is an extra paycheck that you'll receive throughout the year. If you get paid bi-weekly and weekly, there's going to be 2 months out of the year where you will receive, if you're bi-weekly, instead of receiving 2 paychecks, you'll receive 3. And if you get paid weekly, instead of 4 paychecks, you'll get a 5th one. Now, I want to know in the comment section below, what do you guys use your Magic Month checks for? See, magic month checks are really the ones that really test your money mindset, because you are sitting here with this extra paycheck that's not responsible for any. It's not tied to any. It's not tied to any bills. It's not tied to anything. It literally is an extra check. This is when you really have to test your mental money mindset and say, what am I going to do with this money? Am I going to save it? Am I going to spend it? This is extra money. I don't have to use this towards anything. And this is when you're really going to have to take control and think of some ways to use this money to get ahead. Some different ways to use this money is break it up into percentages. It doesn't all have to go towards bills, but if you're trying to get ahead, it may not be a bad idea, but break it up into percentages. Say your check is $1,500. Okay, let's break that up into percentages. Let's say we're going to do 30% towards debt. We're going to do 50% towards savings. And then you can save that extra 20% towards fun. Again, play with your numbers, see what that looks like, and do what works best for you. But let's start using those extra paychecks to save with intent. Let's put a purpose behind those extra paychecks, because we're lucky enough to get them. Now let's use them wisely. Now, these are just some creative ways that I've come up with to help us approach how we save a little differently. I have some more listed in the description box if you want to take a look. But with any system, you want to make sure that you have a way to track your progress. So if you're not a, Excel spreadsheet person to track your progress that way, that's okay. Get pen and paper like we're doing today. Make sure you're drawing graphs. Make sure you're documenting these things so that you can see how far you're going. You guys can make yourself a graph to color in as you get closer and closer to your goals. But the most important thing when you're doing savings is to make sure you track your progress so you can see where you are, and if at any time you need to make any changes as you are trying to approach your goals. So let's recap today some different strategies we're going to try when we are doing our savings for the new year. Now, this doesn't mean cut out anything else that you're doing. Of course, we love our savings challenges and all those things, but these are just different approaches as it relates to our money mindset and getting rid of those roadblocks that tell us that we can't save. So first, we want to try reverse engineering. Break that big goal into tinier, smaller amounts. And when you break that goal down into daily goals, even weekly goals, that is more manageable than looking at the overall picture. 2, you want to match your savings to your spending habits. Whatever you spend during the week, I want you to take 10% of that and save it. Just a different approach in how we save money. Take a look at the 50-30-20 rule. Some of us get stuck in one budgeting mind frame, but there's different budgeting tactics out there. You just have to find the one that fits your lifestyle, that fits your paycheck. So give the 50-30-20 rule a try. Write the numbers down. You don't have to use it, but just take a look at how it works the next time you get paid and see if it makes a difference. Use Roundup savings apps. I gave you guys my code to Acorn. Make sure you check it out. But also do zero out challenges or things like that where you can do it manually. Round up your different change. That's a different approach for saving, and that's using money you already have. And finally, our magic months. Let's use those magic months to save with more intention. Let's give them a purpose. Let's break them down in ways that will help us save more effectively to try and get ahead. And as always, make sure you track your progress. All right, so I hope you guys are enjoying my budgeting series. We are going to save smarter and more effectively and more money coming up in the new year 2025. Again, if you like this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I am on my way to 10K by May, by my 4-year anniversary, but I need your help. Thank you guys once again for watching this video with me. Thank you for your comments, and please make sure you drop comments on any videos that you want to see as a part of this series or in general. Make sure you save the date. My Christmas giveaway live will be December 15th. You don't want to miss it. And if anyone wants to make any donations, please reach out to me by email, or my Buy Me a Coffee link is below. Again, thank you so much for your support, and I will see you next week. Bye.